Morning everyone, this is Wimbledon Coffee Morning brought to you by Lavazza. I'm Anne-Marie Batson.
I'm Danny Jameson. We're down to the final four and this is what we're all here for. They're magnificent, aren't they, these trophies?
Oh, they are absolutely stunning. They just blow me away every time I see them.
And like we say, that is what everybody is playing for. Ladies semi-final day today, so we'll know the finalists, the identity of them, within the next few hours. That's exciting.
It's getting exciting. Yeah, absolutely. You're right on
Feels
that
weird
front.
though. We're almost through the fortnight. It just seems like yesterday we were starting and suddenly it's Thursday and it's over this weekend.
Don't say that. That means the end is nigh, and I don't want it to happen. But there you go.
Let's enjoy every moment while we've still got it.
Yes.
Right, let's get to some social media because loads of people have been getting in touch and sharing their stories, including Solstice Summers, which might be, is that the best name we've had?
Best name Solstice ever.
I think that's my favourite one so far. So she was involved in the old the Facebook group that we've got going, Wimbledon Join the Story, if you're on Facebook. So she says, imagine the world's reaction if Roger beats Rafa, then beats Novak at Wimbledon for a 21st major, 21 major. It still boggles my mind to this day. Like, imagine that. Let's all daydream about it for the next 36 hours.
I have no doubt that the debates are raging a bit about who the best, the top three are, but it's a fantastic message there from Solstice for sure.
Federer and Nadal in the semi-finals tomorrow. That's very, very exciting. Who else we got?
Wendy got in touch as part of the Wimbledon Facebook group.
Yep, she's also on the
What's
Join
she
the Story.
saying?
Well, she had a fantastic day at Wimbledon. She had some lovely photos in the queue with all of her friends and family, some lovely photos from the hill as well. My lifelong dream fulfilled.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes.
But perhaps the most important message we received was from Vicky Duncan. Just wondering if we get to share that cake and strawberries. Well, Vicky, if you are here, Vicky, love to give you a slice of cake. So if you're down, come up to the broadcast room if you can make it. We'd love to give you a couple of strawberries and some of that cake. That, I think that's my favourite cake we've had.
I'm going to say carrot cake is my favourite that we've had so far.
It's nice, but
trust me, 1 minute past 11, this pretty much goes.
Yeah, we've already got all of the crews up here. Are just absolute. I can feel the eyes burning into the side of my head. They all want it.
I can too. So, in case you missed any of the drama yesterday, here are the headlines from the men's quarterfinal matches, and unfortunately, it's the end of the road for Marina.
Welcome to the centre court at Wimbledon on men's quarterfinals day, the second Wednesday of Wimbledon 2019. Centre stage, the world number one, Novak Djokovic. Away it goes, and with it goes David Goffin. Goffin was terrific for 3/4 of a set. Djokovic was even better throughout.
I think my two best matches were fourth round and quarterfinals today. So exactly what I wanted, what I needed, and hopefully I can go in the right direction in semis as well.
Gone long, and there's a Spaniard in the semi-finals at Wimbledon, and his name's not Nadal.
Today I had a really difficult match. I had to manage a lot of emotions on court. I think I did very well.
The Marina party is over, and I think the crowd rise as one to say thank you for inviting us.
Could this partnership continue as well at other events?
Yes, look, it's been fun being on the court with Serena so far. We've played some good stuff, and I mean, I guess obviously it's possible.
Well, out into his second home, Roger Federer and Kei Nishikori. And there it as Federer celebrates again in the evening sun on centre court.
Sweet way to do it. It was a great crowd again. I love playing here at Wimbledon on this court. It's so nice, and getting against Kay was definitely very nice.
Another forehand blow from Nadal. He has set up the semi-final every neutral wanted to see.
Just excited about the victory of today right now, but of course excited to play against Roger again here in Wimbledon after such a long time.
What a day, eh? So much going on. It's ridiculous. Can barely keep up.
I know. And there's so much more coming up today, of course.
Get excited. Morning, by the way, to Sylvie, who's looking forward to a magical day of tennis. I saw quite a few people. I think it was Robert yesterday was asking about this rather snazzy polo. You can actually get both of these from the Wimbledon shop. So if you're coming down, pop in there or get on the website and you can have your very own. They are excellent. Now, if you want to get in touch with us on the show, use the hashtag Wimbledon or the hashtag Join the Story. If you're on Facebook, why not get involved in the Facebook group as well? Wimbledon Join the Story. Any of your stories related to tennis, Wimbledon, the fortnight, anything at all, we'd love to hear them. We've been scouring the group for some absolute crackers. This one, though, this one might be one of my favourites. It's so eloquently written by Maggie Pound, who recounts her very first visit to Wimbledon from back in 1963. It was extraordinary. So her friend's dad was a linesman, right? Able to get them into centre court when they had freestanding. Remember that? A bit before my time. A little bit before my time on centre court. So there they saw a vivacious, chattering, volleying and scampering Billie Jean Moffitt, better known now, of course, as Billie Jean King.
Yes.
She comprehensively beats her opponent and she fell in love with it all. I can understand exactly why. It's superb, that from Maggie. Elaine James as well commented. She went in 1964, age 14. A sailor got her to the front of the standing area. She saw Rod Laver, Ken Rosewall, many others. Favourite was Maria Bueno and John Newcombe.
Great player.
Days of manual scorekeeping. Them were the days, weren't they? Some belting names from back in the day there from Maggie and her friends.
I love the fact that there was freestanding.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture in my head how that worked, but I'm sure if I go down to the museum, we can find out. Anyway, here's a quick recap of things that you might have missed yesterday, including rogue serves, a selfie, and a semi-finalist having to put his stag do on hold because he's had a surprising run here.
No, nothing left in there. It's all gone. Oh no, there's one. Oh, no. Let's see that. Ah, there. Oh my goodness. Oh, Clarkson caught that one on the head.
Yeah, I think the shot was actually going in.
This would have hurt. He's a bit of a gentleman, Andy Murray. I think he's carrying all Serena Williams' gear for her.
14. Ouch. Well, he's all right. The deflection knocked his sunglasses off, though. What a man. He's tough.
Oh,
she's done it again.
Oh, no. Number 2. Ouch.
That is the second time this tournament that this has happened.
Oh. And that was smacked at 93 miles per hour on the back of the head. Oh.
Spanish golfer John Ram. And behind John, the wisest woman in the world, Barbara Slater, head of the BBC Sport.
Just got her 2 more years added to your contract.
15. Oh! Ball boy was chasing the ball and nearly took out Suarez. Well, it's nice of him to smile. I think they were all in the moment there.
He was going to chest bump it. That was a chest bump.
I had planned to be in Ibiza right now. We had everything organized already, and my friends, 6 of them are all there, and well, it feels better to be here in London.
Poor Roberto Bautista Agut. So he's meant to be getting married. He's meant to be a stag do this weekend in Ibiza.
Yes.
So he's meant to be there now. This is a lesson in optimism, isn't it, for everybody? So 6 of his mates have flown out anyway. But now he's in the semi-final. He's paid for them all to fly back, and they're all going to be watching him on centre court tomorrow.
You do hear of stories of players that got accommodation booked for the first week
Yeah.
and find themselves in the second week and no accommodation, which I think is fantastic. But we have to send our congratulations to Roberto Bautista Agut on his forthcoming marriage.
Yeah, seems like a lovely, lovely chap
Yes.
as well. Right, what did I learn yesterday?
We learned quite a lot yesterday that if you go a break-up against Djokovic, make sure you can back it up,
Don't
otherwise he'll
make
come
him
back.
angry. Don't make him angry. Poor David Goffin. He got a break point, I think it was 4-3, got a break point, and then proceeded to lose 15 of the next 17 games as Djokovic rolled into the semi-finals. That's ominous, isn't it?
That's very ominous. But somebody put a really good tweet
Yeah,
about
Margie.
it, didn't it? Yes.
They were battling for every point as if their life depended on it. Great game. It really was. David Goffin, for all that it did, the second 2 sets didn't go particularly well, was playing really, really well in that first set, and very, very nearly. If he didn't maybe lose that breaker serve, maybe would have made a bit more of a game of it. But it was brilliant for the first set, at least, and they were very much fighting for their lives over every single point. Also, they put together a little rally of 2 tweenies in a row.
Fantastic.
Goffin did one, and then straight up the other end, Djokovic thought, whatever you can do, David, I can do better, and then did exactly the same thing. It was great to watch.
Now, we were just talking about Roberto Bautista Agut, who is through to semi-finals after beating Paya yesterday.
Yep.
Lovely tweet that's gone out via the Wimbledon Twitter channel. 2 Spaniards reaching the semi-finals on the men's singles for the first time.
And they're on opposite sides of the draw as well, so they might end up meeting in the final. So we had a first ever all-Spanish final. That'd be interesting, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
that'd be fantastic. Can you imagine the atmosphere?
Oh, I think there'll be lots of Spanish flags and lots of oles and vamos and all that sort of stuff. We have to say ohayou gozaimasu to Roberts, who's watching from Kyoto in Japan.
That's
I think that's
amazing.
our first. Oh, that's good morning. I don't know
We
what
should
good
bow,
evening
actually.
is.
Let's
Yeah?
bow to Robert in
Okay.
Japan.
Ohayou
There you go.
gozaimasu. Or whatever I don't know what good evening is.
I
'Cause
have
it's
no idea.
evening over there, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in on your Thursday evening. The other semi-final, as we sort of mentioned at the top, Roger Federer against Rafael Nadal. Everybody around here is really, really excited. And the Wimbledon Twitter account did some cracking work yesterday. Dug up this picture of them from 11 years ago.
Yes, from 2008, their final. I remember watching that when it got very, very dark, and yet Rafa still managed to get it over the line. And people
Such
are
a good
getting
match.
really, really excited about this semi-final.
What I love the most about this, though, is that neither of them appear to have aged.
No.
It's extraordinary. Whatever their skincare regimes are, I want it, because it's brilliant. Very snazzy cardigan as well from Monsieur Federer. Wonder if he'll crack that out again tomorrow.
Well, we shall see. Now, Johnny Murray was our special guest yesterday, and we were talking to him about his match with Jamie Murray. Sorry, not Jamie Murray, Jane Delgado.
Yeah, so they're in the invitational doubles, so legends basically, and they were the last swap up on number 1 court yesterday. So it was Jamie Delgado, Johnny Murray, both Brits, up against Thomas Enqvist and Thomas Johansson, both Swedes. 1 set all, going into a tie-break. So Jamie Delgado runs over to the umpire's chair, runs up to the microphone, and then says something like, are there any Swedes in? A few people cheering. Are there any Brits in? Lots of them, obviously. Let's make this a Davis Cup atmosphere,
Brilliant
which is
idea,
superb. So the
Jamie.
umpire got involved as well, and from then on, the final set, just proceeded to call them by their country. So it was Great Britain to serve, Sweden to serve.
Fantastic.
And yeah, the atmosphere was really good. Everybody got really loud. They really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, Sweden won, but you know, we can't have everything, can we?
No, not at all. Not at all. It was an amazing atmosphere yesterday, and there's so much more to come in the next few days.
Oh, yes. Now, today we mentioned the semi-finals. It's not just about those matches, though. There's so much going on. Here are 5 things you need to know about day 10.
marvellous Nip Nicarwell has joined us.
Good
How are
morning.
You? How are
Good
you
morning,
doing?
Emery. Hi, Danny. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm ready for some semi-final action today for the women. Excited for that.
Who should we start with? So we start with Barbora Strycova and Serena Williams on centre court.
Yeah, we certainly can start with Serena Williams, who, gosh, you guys, she's still chasing that history. It was the same situation last year. A lot of you remembering she came into the Final Four and all eyes were on her. She had Julia Gerges, won that match, and then got into the final against another German and was taken out by Angelique Kerber. Also made the final at the US Open. She continues to put herself in these winning situations. You just feel like today, if we go tennis geeky already, you just feel like Serena is the one who has this opportunity.
Yeah.
You've got Simona Halep perhaps and Alina Svitolina. We'll talk about that in a minute. But when you look at the head-to-head, Strycova and Serena, it's 3-0 to Serena and 6-0 in sets. So she's taking that confidence in. But also, Strycova has just been such a breath of fresh air in a sense of serving and volleying, the way that she played against Johanna Konta in that quarterfinal to come through that in straight sets. And she's said, listen, this might be my last Wimbledon. I'm happy with the tennis I'm playing. I'm 33. She's the oldest first-time Grand Slam semifinalist ever in the Open era, which is crazy. And I just think for her today, she'll give herself that opportunity, but you do feel like it's Serena's match to win.
Well, tell me about Barbora Strycova. You mentioned the change of style. So she's served and volleyed 65 times so far. The other three semi-finalists combined have done it 5 times. She's a little bit different to the usual sort of style that you see, right?
Serena has served and volleyed once in this tournament, and she's played over 300 service points. Now, that's Serena obviously being confident from the backcourt, but Strycova is playing essentially like it's the 70s, the 80s. She's coming in, she's taking her opportunities, and that's what you're going to see against Serena today. As she did it against Konta, she's going to try to take the ball away from Serena, take time away from her, and she doesn't have big ground strokes, so the way that she does that is get into net. When you think about tactically the way that you have to play against Serena Williams, if you don't have that power and the confidence from the baseline, then she's going to do a lot of slicing and dicing, a lot of moving into the net, maybe some junk ball. She plays doubles with our favorite, Su Wei Shea. She's taken some tricks from her. And also just in general, Barbora Strycova, you call her Bara if you're friends with her in the Czech Republic. I like to call her Babs because I like to think we're friends. Yeah. She is so cool, super chill,
Such a character.
always up for a joke. Lukasz Dlui, who is her coach. You also have David Kotija, who used to be Petra Kvitova's coach. She's just this, again, a breath of fresh air, and I think today she's going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at Serena Williams and see how it works. Kitchen sink too, yeah. Just everything will go across the net at Serena, but that's how Strycova at 33 is into her first major semifinal. It's working. I actually interviewed her before the tournament started, and she was like, listen, just going to go out and do my best. She played Lesia Sarenko in the first round, who was a seeded player, and from there it's been coming up good.
I think she's only dropped one set leading into semi-finals, which will give her so much confidence. And by the way, we should say the doors are now open and it's starting to fill up. And there's a lot of love for Serena, by the way, on social media too. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of love, I think, today for her on that hill. I would imagine the hill is going to be full of Serena fans today. Maybe some Strycova super fans out there as well, but I love seeing the hill fill up. It's amazing.
So, Simona Halep, my very good friend, who loves the flowers around here at the ground. She's facing Alina Svitolina in a little while on centre court. And she tells us how she's finally figuring out her game on grass.
I came here motivated to see how good I can be on grass. I kept fighting and I knew that I have to be 100% for every ball. I just kept motivating myself and believe that I can turn it around. I have a lot of experience now, I'm more confident. I love grass. It's first time when I say that. I started to feel more comfortable on the court. I didn't slide at all this tournament. Hope I will be the same in the next match. I started to feel it, to have it in my hands, to have it in my legs, and also in my mind, which is very important. So I tried just to adjust myself, my body to this court, and I'm relaxed, I'm happy, and I'm motivated to win.
So Simona Halep, I love grass.
I never thought we'd hear her utter such a phrase. I love grass, because we've known for years that she loves clay. She was a junior champion at Roland Garros and then really realized her dream last year when she won at the French Open. But I love grass, and really she's been playing that way. She's been playing with abandon. She's a player that's confident on the grass. I think she's worked her way well into this tournament, and she's just, I think for so long, Simona Halep is someone who was a junior world #1, had all this expectation, finally broke through in 2013, and it was climbing that mountaintop of getting to a major, and then she had a little bit of a letdown last year, losing to Sue Shea here, and I think she just felt like she was exhausted. I think she's finding that kick again. I think she left the French Open disappointed that she lost to Amanda Anisimova. She's got a huge opportunity today against Svitolina. Even though it's Svitolina who leads this head-to-head, you would think that Simona Halep is the favorite today, and she also has that one big win over Svitolina at Roland Garros 2 years ago. She was down a set and 5-1, and Halep came back from that. And a lot of people feel like Svitolina didn't really recover from that match for a while. And now to see them go head-to-head today, it's going to be a lot of long baseline rallies. That's what's going to happen on court today.
If you like that, then you're in for an absolute treat. Simona Halep's getting a lot of love. Owen on YouTube says he's grown to love Simona, and that seems to be a recurring theme from a lot of people I've spoken to here. She's grown on a lot of people these 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's so sweet. I mean, Simona's super chill, and if you're a big tennis fan out there, you'll know her personality pretty well, but she's very serious on the court. She's kind of got that Romanian game face on, but off the court, super chill, super sweet, always up for a good chat. And the Romanian fans, I mean, the support that she gets all over the world is incredible. You feel like you're at a football match when you see her at a soccer match. And I also think globally she's just gained more fans for the women's game, which is huge. And I think the crowd would be on Simona's favor today, just because they know her a little bit better versus Svitolina.
And what's your thoughts on Elina Svitolina? Because she's kind of gone under the radar this tournament. I mean, she had the Gasparin retired in that match, but I think she's feeling confident on the grass. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, the way that she took out Karolina Mukova, who had beaten Pliskova in the previous round, I thought she was playing really good tennis. The thing is both of these players right now, Halep and Svitolina, you guys, I think they're playing quality tennis, they're playing confident tennis, and that's why I think we're in for a long match today. They're going to be hitting a lot of balls from the baseline, but watch out for who's going to be more aggressive, who takes that initiative. Also, they need to be feeling the ball. Who's on today? Svitolina, it's been a delight for her. You know, the fact that she had that injury, a knee injury earlier this year, Anne-Marie, it kind of took her out for the clay season. She wasn't able to play up to her clay standards, which is the surface she loves the most too. So for both of them, it's been a surprise, and all of a sudden you have this opportunity to get into the Wimbledon final when you're not necessarily a grass court lover or weren't previously. That's big for them for sure.
And can I just personally say I'm really happy that the Gems Life
Instagram,
Instagram,
Gems Life.
Is it Gems Life? Okay,
yeah.
Gems Life.
It's back.
It's back. I'm really happy. I'm loving. I love those two. Gail Monfils, by the way. I love the two of them together. They're so funny.
Yeah, I mean, she seems super chill with Gail. They've only been dating for a few months, but it's obviously something that's working well for them off the court. He's fun. I think he brings out the fun side of her because she's really fun as well. He was on the practice court with her a couple days ago. And Gems Life, it's back.
God for that. God for that. We were worried, weren't we?
Oh my gosh, there's nothing like it. Just when you think tennis couldn't get any more weird, we have a Gems Life Instagram account that everyone's waiting for them to post more. She posted the other night of her yelling at him in the bathroom because he was dancing to rap music in the bathroom, shirtless.
That's couple goals, that, isn't it? Elsewhere, the dream, the fairy tale that was Marina Serrandi is over.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, listen, props to Nicole Mellicar and Bruno Suarez, who played really well, and it was such a delight while it lasted. I didn't think necessarily that Serena and Andy were going to go all the way, and that was actually a really good match if you watched it yesterday. I don't think Serena necessarily had an on day on the court, but I think she'd maybe rather have an off day on mixed doubles versus singles. And it was just fantastic. All the way through, I watched all of their press conferences, which to me actually was one of the favorite parts of just seeing them together, interact. Serena said she loved that Andy got all the questions in press. It took pressure off her, and that he was just asked over and over and over again about his hip in different ways. Will you play singles at the US Open? I can only hope, and Andy kind of hinted that maybe they'll play mixed doubles together in the future.
I think
I was going to say, is that going to be the trigger for maybe more of the big singles names to give doubles a go? Do you think?
I hope so. I think so. I mean, you also had Venus playing with TFO. You had Jamie Murray playing with Bethany Maddox-Sands. I think we could see more mega mixed teams in the future.
It's no bad thing.
Not at all, not at all. A real treat for the mixed doubles as well. But also, we need to talk about the wheelchair tennis.
Yeah.
Starts today. We've got 2 British players in the draw, Alfie Hewitt and Jordan Wiley, who I spoke to a little while. What's your thoughts on the wheelchair tennis?
Oh, I love, if you've never watched wheelchair tennis, do yourself a favor. It'll be on Wimbledon channel today. We've got some rights to that. Find highlights on our YouTube channel. These guys are sensational. They get 2 bounces in wheelchair tennis, and the way that they're able to play is sensational. I've had the pleasure of actually covering a lot of wheelchair tennis, and the fact that now we have the quad event, including Dylan Alcott, who is a Grand Slam winner. He's a gold medalist at the Olympics. You've also got a host, as you mentioned, of the British players. You've got Gordon Reed too in the men's event, and just overall these matches, they're going to be on the north side of the campus today above center court. It's really cool to watch the wheelchair event for sure.
As we mentioned, it starts today, and Anne-Marie was lucky enough to track down one of the great British hopes, Jordan Wiley.
The 2017 Wimbledon champions from Japan, Yui Kimiji, and from Great Britain, Jordan Wiley.
How is it going?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Lovely to meet you, Jordan. I mean, you've had a busy few months, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's start with your titles first and foremost. 10 Grand Slams, 4 won here at Wimbledon with your best mate and doubles partner. We've got to give her a shout out, very much so. Yumi Kimiji, I hope I pronounced that right. How did your relationship start?
In 2013, we both didn't have a partner, so she didn't speak any English. It was literally like Wimbledon, and she was like, yes. And then that was it, really. We made the final that year, so we were like, let's play again.
And how has your relationship grown on the court between the two of you?
I didn't think we'd get on, actually, because she's really quiet and innocent, and I'm quite loud and a bit crazy, so that actually really worked. And I taught her English, and she taught me how to calm down, so it's a good partnership.
Is it between the two of you, are you quite similar in the way in your styles that you play on the court in wheelchair tennis, or does she bring a different dynamic to the game?
There are some aspects that are similar, like we're both good movers, but we're kind of very different. She's a tactician, she's very smart, she loves angles, whereas I'm a bit like, I'm aggressive, I'm explosive, so we complement each other quite well.
Let's talk about why you didn't play last year. There's a cute little bundle that I see sometimes on your social media. His name's Jackson, of course. I have niece and nephew, but your boy, he's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. What difference has he made to you in your life, do you think?
He's completely changed me. It always sounds weird, but I always say this in interviews. He's made me a nicer person. Not like I wasn't nice before, but as an athlete, it's quite lonely, and you have to sort of isolate yourself a bit. So you become a bit insociable, and I sort of brought that to my personal life. So when I had him, now I'm talking with mums and I'm talking with children, and everything's fun and like in fairyland. So he's made me just a nicer person, and he's made me play better tennis.
Speaking of mothers, you talk about how Serena Williams has inspired you. For those who don't know, how has she inspired you in your playing career?
She just gave me hope. I saw her come back at US Open after having Olympia, and I didn't know if it was going to be possible for me to come back, and then I saw her do so well, and I thought, you know what, it must be possible if someone's doing it. And obviously Azarenka did it as well. I remember watching it as he was a tiny little baby then, thinking, actually, yeah, I think I can do it.
So let's fast forward to now, to Wimbledon 2019. Back here, you were awarded a wild card, which I saw you put a video out on social media saying thank you and everything. What was that feeling like, knowing that you were going to be playing here again this year?
I was so excited. When I came back in February, I didn't even imagine I would be able to get here. I thought, maybe I could go for the wild card, but so will other people. I'd never thought I'd be back inside the top 8. So I'm grateful to the club, for believing in me. And I'm really proud of myself for getting where I've got to.
What's it like being back here now, obviously seeing the crowds and what have you? How does that feel?
Oh, I'm just buzzing. I just want to get out and play tomorrow. Today was almost like, okay, I'm just going to practice, and then it's all about tomorrow. I'm just really excited, basically.
When we were here the first few days, we went around asking the public what makes Wimbledon such a British experience. For you as a player, what makes it such an experience from a British perspective?
It's just all the traditions, like the white attire, the strawberries and cream, the classics, the Pims. Yeah, obviously I don't have the Pims. But it just feels really British here, and I love the history around it, and I think everyone respects that, and that's what makes it so special.
So finally, my last question for you is that this is a special Wimbledon for you. I mean, I know you've talked about the Olympics already, that maybe Tokyo will be your last one here, but I just want to take your mind back to 2017, and you thank the crowd for staying to watch you. How has wheelchair tennis grown from then to now for you?
It's getting better every year. I mean, now, you know, we're on courts 15, 16, and there aren't enough seats for the spectators, and it's just unbelievable, because I remember the first year I played here, I think it was like 2011, it was like hardly anyone watching. And now everyone's wanting autographs and photos. It's growing every single year, and it's just incredible to see that.
It's very easy when we're talking about wheelchair tennis to sound a bit patronising, I guess, but it genuinely is astonishing if you've never seen it in real life.
I was really honoured to meet Jordan Wiley yesterday, and I could have spoken to her for the rest of the afternoon. You can see how much passion she has for tennis, and as she mentioned there, how much it's grown. You know, back in 2011, playing in front of a handful of people, and then in 2017 there was not even enough seats for the spectators to sit in because the sport has grown so much. So if you are here today or watching, please do give your support to the wheelchair tennis. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, they're on court 14, 15. They're the ones just between centre and number one. They're over to our left next to the broadcast centre. There'll be lots of people, I'm sure, down there. Jordan, by the way, is the third match on court 14. Now, she mentioned there that she played in the doubles with Yui Kimichi. Guess who she's drawn in the first round?
Her best friend.
So that's going to be interesting, isn't it? But look, it's awesome. She's saying the only thing missing, though, an Olympic medal.
Yeah, she's spoken quite openly about the fact that she's gutted that she doesn't have an Olympic medal in her groaning trophy cabinet, and has said that Tokyo 2020 will be her last Olympics, so she's going to give it all that she can to get a medal there.
What a way to warm up with a Wimbledon trophy in the back pocket. Great that she's gone away, had a child, come back as a mother, another absolute inspiration.
Absolute
Much like
inspiration.
Serena.
I tell you what was also inspiring for me as well, because I got the opportunity this week to meet Ruby, who is one of the working dogs here, one of the most important members of the Wimbledon family, and I sat down and I had a chat with her handler, Mark. I have to say, this is one of the most favourite things about this job is meeting some of the most important members here of the Wimbledon family, and I'm delighted to say I've been joined by two members of the Wimbledon family. This is Mark, and Mark, if you'd like to introduce this special person to me.
Anne-Marie, this is Ruby, and she is nearly 10 years old, and she is a working Cocker Spaniel.
She's a working Cocker Spaniel, fantastic. Can you tell me, what's a typical day like for Ruby here at Wimbledon?
Well, apart from lots of cuddles and kisses from members of the public, we're out there enhancing the security operation here at Wimbledon for the 2 weeks of the event.
I understand that her favourite thing is a tennis ball.
Yes.
Which must be very difficult here in the middle of a tennis tournament.
It's her birthday every day of the week that we're here.
How many do you think she finds a day or a week?
Oh gosh, countless. I have a car full of tennis balls.
What is your relationship like with Ruby?
It's very intense. She's just like a glorified pet, but I see her 24/7 almost. I see her more than I do my family. I see her when I'm at work, I see her when I get home, I see her on my days off. So yes, it's a very close relationship.
And she lives with you as well,
Yes.
Very much part of your family as well, of the
Exactly.
Wimbledon family as
Just
well.
as you'd have a pet at home.
What makes her such a special dog here at the Championships?
Well, we use these kinds of breeds because of their history. Hundreds of years ago, we used them for hunting for game. We just transfer that to hunting for whatever is the substance we're looking for. And at an event like Wimbledon here, she can get things done a lot quicker than I can.
Absolutely. And for Ruby herself, is she used to such having big crowds around her and the noise as well? Would she be used to that kind of thing?
Absolutely, Anne-Marie. Yeah, this is what we like to do with our dogs when they're younger. We get them settled into different environments, different people, lots of noises, different floor surfaces, everything that would make her job much better when she's a little bit older and can start the training proper.
And I bet she's really popular with the crowds as well. I wonder, how do you get your job done? Because I'm sure people want to stop and pet pet Ruby as she goes around the grounds.
Yes, it can take a long time to get from one point to the other, but that's all part of the job for us. We're here not just to enhance the security, but we're also here to reassure the public. And if they can see Ruby and have a chat with her, give her a cuddle, then that's an added bonus for us.
And these types of dogs that you use for these types of work, I mean, do you take them from puppy right up to adulthood?
Yes, once they're weaned and they've had all their injections at 8 weeks, we can take them on, we can start doing things with them straight away.
She's so gorgeous, she's so gorgeous.
She's lovely.
Oh, she's fantastic. And I'm sure you're very popular with everybody around the ground. Yes, you are. Look, what's this? What's this, Ruby? What's this? What's this?
Oh.
Yeah. As you can see, she loves a tennis ball here, but we love meeting Ruby, don't we? Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Henri.
Thank you.
Adam Hunt from the Wimbledon channel has joined us. Honestly, Anne-Marie, I've never been more jealous of VT
really?
that we've done. Like that dog is just so adorable.
And they work so hard as well. They're pretty much on the go from about 4:30 in the morning until about 5 in the afternoon.
In and out of all those flower beds, running around.
On the go all day. That sounds like you, Adam. You've been bombing around the site. Listen, let's get to a bit of social media, because I love this from Bethany Mattock Sands, who is an excellent follow on social media. There she is with her playing partner, Danielle Collins, who has she's got a very interesting variety of facial expressions when she's on court.
So this was the caption was, when your friend catches Bay flirting with the ex, and you got to talk her down because you're in public. Hashtag Eye of the Tiger. She's a real character.
Yeah, I love her.
Bethany
She's great.
Mattock Sands. Obviously, what happened to her here a few years ago was really difficult, but to see her back on the court, you know, she's a very flamboyant character. You never know what colour hair she's going to come out with, what she'll be wearing. But she's because she's been around on tour for so long, she's very well liked amongst the players as well.
You can see why. Yeah. Good follow on Instagram, good fun. She seems to be enjoying it, which is absolutely superb. Exactly what we want to see. Some celeb spotting.
Sir Cliff's back in the
Cliff
house.
Richards, yeah. He doesn't sing anymore, which I think
well, it's good you've got the roofs on.
Happy.
I'm just getting over that jacket.
It looks like one of the carpets at my nan's house. I don't know if I'd say that to Sir Cliff Richard to his face, but
it does.
Magnificent.
It's jazzy in the
It's probably
extreme.
very expensive. It's probably a fine Italian fabric, but
Yes, a Baroque style, I would describe that as if I was going to go down the fashion route.
Liberace meets Elton John kind of flamboyance.
Well, Anna Wintour was in Roger Federer's box yesterday, so I think it looks like the kind of thing she'd probably
well,
like.
If it clouds over later, Adam, if you need a jacket, I reckon you could pull it off.
I'll be on the phone to my tailor.
Get it sorted out. Some of you guys as well on Instagram getting in touch. We had, where's this one? It was Catherine, very, very pleased to get an autograph from Rafael Nadal on her ticket.
Well, that's the thing. It's quite difficult to get autographs from the players. Often, you know, when we're out around the grounds broadcasting from our various different positions, we'll get people coming out and say, oh, you know, I'm desperate to get Roger Federer's autograph. I'm desperate to get Rafa Nadal's autograph. And sometimes we have to break it to them that it's not that easy. But some people do manage it, particularly around the practice courts. I think the practice courts is the place to go.
Yeah.
There you go. More tips, everybody.
Well.
Yeah. Hold of that ticket and go to the practice courts, and you've probably got a better chance than most.
Yes.
Absolutely. Someone who doesn't do too many autographs, mainly because he's a bird. Rufus the Hawk.
How would that happen?
I don't know. I reckon
you'd end up scratching the paper.
Just carve it in
Might
instead,
have an issue.
maybe. We'll get like a beak print.
He's a good umpire. Look at him.
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
Having said that, you say he's a good umpire. Could you imagine anybody arguing with him?
I was going to say, you wouldn't argue with any of his calls. Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Very good.
He may be maybe Hawkeye isn't operated by a computer. It's actually just Rufus sat in a machine, sat in a room just pressing the buttons
with his claws.
Yeah.
Oh, great picture of him.
Why not? Yeah, another good follow on the old Instagram. How about this from Stephanie? I mean, this was Stephanie Demmer, who is the partner of
Guido
Pella.
Yep.
Very pleased to have a picture with Mr. Roger Federer.
It proves that even the partners of the stars out here, some of them even get starstruck.
I was going to say, and even some of the players, sometimes we'll get in press conferences and interviews afterwards, particularly some of the younger players who are now in that generation where they're playing against the people that they watched when they were young. You know, Coco Gauff, great example, watching Venus and Serena Williams on telly at home in Atlanta, and now she's playing against her. So, yeah, the players, partners, friends, coaches, they still get starstruck and want their selfies.
I love the caption. My Spanish is rudimentary at best. Hello, Roger. I love you a lot. Brackets. Sorry, love. At Guido Pella. So I think he probably knows.
I think it'll be all right. It'll be fine.
It's not that easy, is it? John, no, not John. We're going to go to the Rosalia Pacifico again on the old Join the Story Wimbledon group. Rosalia walks away with some of the used tennis balls.
Yeah, that's another good tip. we've had one for free with the autographs.
Yep.
Second one, if you are in the grounds, you head over towards centre court. Between centre court and then that row of courts, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's a few shops there. You can get some sweets, and there's one of the smaller Wimbledon shops. And there's also they sell the used balls from the tournament.
These are actual match-used
balls.
They are.
So they've only been used for a few games because they change the balls every 7 and 9. So they're pretty much new. And they don't get worn out too much on grass courts compared to clay or hard courts. I think it's £5, and the money goes to charity as well. So it's a win-win. You get to walk away with some used match balls, and the money goes to charity. It's lovely.
And the queue as well. I've been down there to do some filming. The queue is so long. People are just happy to get their hands on some of these.
Well, also as later on in the tournament, there's just less of them. You know, in the first couple of days, tends to be that there's more cans of balls used because of all of the matches that are taking place. They become a bit more of a commodity further into the tournament.
I love this one from John Fellner. Don't really get tennis, but I'm pretty sure we won Wimbledon. They managed to walk away with the trophies. How did they manage that?
Well, this was introduced for this year, and I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened before. So, third tip of the day.
There you go.
Between that row of courts, 14, 15, 16, 7, and court 1 is this. I think it's sponsored by American Express. You can go there, take a photo with either the men's or the ladies' trophies, or both if you want. And yeah, it's a good addition. This year, I think a lot of those photos have made it onto social media.
We need to do that before the end of the tournament, I think.
We should probably point out they are cutouts.
Yeah.
They're not the actual trophies. That would be an insurance nightmare, wouldn't it? Could you imagine?
Be a bit heavy.
Yeah. And I love this from Luke, who I think did exactly what you tipped up. Went to the practice courts, and look who appears. My queen, Serena Williams. It's the spot.
It is the spot to see them, because once they finish practicing, there's a sort of, you can see it there where Serena's going, there's a sort of stairway down to one of the secrets of Wimbledon. There is a network of underground tunnels beneath us that helps, obviously, a lot of the goods and things move around the grounds without having to go through the crowds, but also helps the players so they can go from one place to another without being bothered too much, so they can get from Arangi to the locker rooms, and that's where Serena's going. So you will see them once they finish practice. They'll head down those steps, and it's right next to where the fans are, so they often sign a few autographs and say hello there.
Great. So we need to say hello to Henrik, by the way, who's got in touch from Poland.
Hello friends. Hello Henrik. Also Anne Walker on Facebook. Looking forward to an amazing afternoon, and Anne Keyworth as well. Saying so proud of the wheelchair players. That's going to be one to watch, I think, today. The wheelchair stuff getting involved.
Yeah, it starts today. We had some interviews with them all yesterday. As Nick was saying, just great to watch what they can do on a tennis court. If you haven't seen it before, we show some of it on the Wimbledon channel. We'll have highlights of some of the best matches. We dip in and out of the courts as well. Great to watch. Amazing.
Really
amazing.
Exciting.
Thanks for coming to see us as ever, Adam.
Enjoy
Good
your day.
plug as well for the Wimbledon channel, which you can see from 11 o'clock on YouTube, the Wimbledon YouTube page, on Wimbledon.com, and on the Wimbledon app. Adam is off to go and host do some proper work instead of standing and chatting with us. We'll let you go, Adam. Thanks as always for being with us. And we'll be here the same time on your Twitter, on your Facebook, and on your YouTube tomorrow, 10:15. But for now, enjoy the tennis. We'll see you tomorrow.